Okay, if you need to factorise an expression like one of these, and it doesn't fit either the difference of two squares or the perfect squares rule, there's a specific technique that we're going to use, and it's called the crossed swords technique. We're factorising by inspection is the word for it. What you need to do is you need to set up a little grid. And in this grid, in the first column, we're going to put factors that multiply to give x squared. And the only two things that can multiply to give x squared are x and x. In our second column, we're going to look for factors of the last number. Now we're just going to try a couple of factors. So factors of 12, 6 and 2, we could try 6 and 2. 6 times 2 gives 12. Then we set it up with what's called the crossed swords, like this. And we're going to multiply along each of those. So x times 2 gives 2x, and x times 6 gives 6x. And then you add these two together, which gives 8x. And what you're trying to do is to get this number to be the same as this number here. You can obviously see that this particular one didn't work, so we're going to need to try a different combination of factors. So again, setting up the grid, x times x gives x squared. We can try two different factors of 12 now. So for example, 4 times 3. 4 and 3 gives 12. Set up the crossed swords, multiply along each one. X times 4 gives 4x. X times 3 gives 3x. Add them together, gives 7x, and that is what we're looking for, because that matches the middle term here. So what that means is your two factors of this overall expression can be found in those two brackets. So our two factors are x and 4 and x and 3. These are both positives, so it'd be x plus 4 and x plus 3. So that is now factorised. This technique really comes into its own when you have a slightly more complicated situation like this. Use exactly the same process though. So again, setting up a little grid, and this time, in the first column, we're going to have factors of 3x squared. The only way you can get 3x squared is if you multiply 3x by x. Now we're looking at factors of 8. Actually, negative 8. So factors of negative 8, we could have negative 2 and 4, for example, or 4, or negative 4 and positive 2, maybe. Again, we're just guessing here. Doesn't matter if you can't see whether it's going to work or not, just guess to start with. Then set up our swords. X times negative 4 gives negative 4x. 3x times 2 gives 6x. Add them together. Negative 4 plus 6 is 2x. Now this one hasn't worked because we're trying to get 10x. So that one doesn't work. We'll have to try again. So this time, again, you have to have 3x and x. That's the only way you can get a 3x squared. But we could try maybe swapping the negative over. So instead of having negative 4 and 2, let's try 4 and negative 2. 4x, negative 6x. So 4x and negative 6x. Add them together, we get negative 2x. Again, that hasn't worked. So you might have to try them in a different arrangement. So here, set up another grid. 3x and x. Maybe try swapping these around. Negative 2 at the top and 4 at the bottom. Cross the swords, x times negative 2 gives negative 2x, 3x times 4 is 12x. Add them together, we get 10x, which is what we're looking for. That one matches the middle term here. So now our factors are these two brackets. 3x, take 2, and x plus 4. That's a positive 4. And so that's how you use the cross swords technique. Thank you.